appealing a judge ruling with physics. Disclosure I.
Welcome to the deep dive. We have pulled a truly unique source today.
That's one way to put it.
We're looking at this profoundly strange legal document. It attempts to challenge the very idea of a final court dismissal.
It does. It tries to appeal an earthly ruling, to the cosmos.
We are diving into a filing for Heltham v. City of Henderson, TN Police Department. It's specifically about a Judge Thomas Anderson.
And this is where it gets interesting. The filing claims to elevate the case to a higher jurisdiction.
A higher jurisdiction.
They call it Coram Aequitate Divina,
Which means?
the court of divine equity.
Right.
They're essentially saying a judge's ruling here on earth. That's not the final word.
And the people filing this, they're really leaning into the performance of it all.
Oh, absolutely. It's signed by a Josiah Heltham, who is listed as ambassador plenipotentiary.
Right, and it's by directive of a Mr. Koo worldwide COO piece. The whole thing is framed as the jester's duty to speak truth to power.
And that jester framing is key. The jester is also called the prosecutor of the absurd.
So the idea is, when a judge dismisses a claim as being without merit,
The jester's job is to step in and name the true weight of what was just dismissed. They're using absurdity to talk about accountability.
okay, so let's unpack how they do that. They use this invoice analogy.
Yes, this is the core mechanism. The filing claims that an earthly dismissal doesn't actually erase the complaint.
It just transfers the invoice. I love that phrase.
It's powerful. The idea is that the moral or material debt, it doesn't just vanish into thin air.
So where does it go?
It gets registered globally. It becomes a formal line item in what they call the ledger of cosmic debt.
So if that debt isn't erased, it has to exist somewhere. It has an effect.
Exactly. And that brings us to their declaration of gravitational consequences.
This is where they argue that an injustice isn't neutral, it's a mass.
A mass that literally bends the space around it, the space of a community, a person's life, even their soul.
And a dismissal just concentrates that mass. It makes it denser.
Right. And that's where they invoke their ultimate authority. Not a statute, but physics.
The law of reciprocal moral gravity.
That's the one.
So let's dig into that. What does this moral gravity actually mean for the system and the people in it?
Well, think of it like Newton's third law, but for justice.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Precisely. The weight of that judgment, it has to go somewhere. It returns to its source.
But it comes back stronger.
Amplified. It's amplified by the system's resistance to balancing its own scales.
So a system that refuses to correct itself is basically building up, what do they call it, tectonic stress.
Exactly. Until equilibrium is restored. Not by a new law, but by physics itself. The Henderson case, they say, is now a celestial object.
The takeaway here for you, the listener, is pretty profound. They're saying all future motions have to be filed in conscience.
Because all the final rulings will be rendered by consequence.
And they're clear this isn't a threat.
No, not at all. It's framed as a thermodynamic prophecy, an inevitable outcome.
It's an incredible thought. You may smile at a legal filing like this.
But the universe does not.
So pause for a moment and consider the weight.
When a system declares a debt to be without merit, what actually happens to that debt? Where does it go?